Now, without further ado, let me invite our first chairperson, Mr. Hugh, for the welcoming remark.
Good morning. Good morning, guest speaker, industry professionals and soon-to-be professionals, and members of the media. On behalf of the organizing committee and team, I would like to welcome you all to the inaugural Media and Entertainment Forum 2014, an effort initiated by JFBS Group, an independent, non-governmental entity with the idea to advance the quality of regional and local show business in general and filmmaking in particular. When we first met to initiate this project, we told ourselves that we must ensure that this project, in its very first year, kicks off successfully with or without the support of responsible parties. And so, the next 2 days will be a breaking point for regional and local show business. We want to let it be known that we are here and we all want success for Malaysia's entertainment industry. Throughout the next 2 days, we will be hearing thoughtful presentations, insights, and perspectives from our guest speakers from Malaysia, Singapore, and Hollywood. Let me take this opportunity to enlighten you with the highlights from the forum. First off, the new age of creative content, 360-degree point of view. Balancing between producers' vision and viewers' expectations. 2014 industry trend, traditional media domination versus growth in digital. New age broadcasting. What attracts TV stations to buy telemovies, TV series, and telenovela? The gathering of opposites, rekindling our national identity in film. A double threat, license to act, direct. Script perfect. Revenue models, strategy and business. Filmmaking, education versus experience. Malaysia, creative industry development, myth or reality. Content and creativity in the digital age. Local animation industry, the naked truth. And as we stream along, industry practitioners' expectations of film graduates and welfare of the industry practitioners. I would like to highlight that along with this forum, 2 training programs were kicked off yesterday and are still running through today at CityTel Mid-Valley. Secrets to a Successful TV Series by Michael McCarthy and 2-day film school by Doug Siemens. And of course, as filmmakers, you can't run away from technology and the supporting agencies that play crucial roles in the advancement of the industry. So please take some time to visit what Panasonic, Yamaha Music, StageTech, Autodesk, NetApp, Hewlett-Packard, Imagica Southeast Asia, Behringer, and many others have to offer in the hall next door. Once again, I would like to thank all of you for being here today and hope that you will benefit from our knowledge-sharing programs, industry facility, and technology exposures, as well as the opportunity to network. It's all happening right here, right now, today and tomorrow. And please remember that your presence here today is not only showing your greatest support to our efforts, but also represents your thirst, your hunger for the advancement of this industry. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hugh, for the welcoming remark. Now we will move on to the next session, but first let me introduce the Master of Ceremony for today. Please welcome Mr. Timothy Keong.
Thank you, Mr. Hugh Pearson, for your opening address, and thank you, Brendan, for your kind introductions. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. As mentioned by my colleague Brendan, my name is Tim, and I'll be your Master of Ceremonies for today. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone here for taking time out of their busy schedule to attend our inaugural Media Entertainment Forum 2014. Media Entertainment Forum 2014 theme for this year is keeping true to the dynamics of the industry in this evolving ecosystem, which will highlight the latest trends and challenges faced in the entertainment industry today. I am sure everyone in attendance today has already invested so much of their blood, sweat and tears in an industry that is so passionately loved. And it's very encouraging to see so many big names of the industry turn up in support of this event. I truly hope that this forum will be a jumping off point for everybody to come together, continue talking and have dialogues to improve the entertainment industry as a whole. We will be having a total of 15 speakers coming from TV and film industry throughout this 2-day forum, and I hope you'll be able to soak up as much information as possible. There will also be a Q&A after each presentation, so please don't be shy. Before I invite the first speaker up to stage, please allow me to give a brief introduction. Mr. Yogi Chin. Yogi Chin is the president of Point College, Film Point, Creative Media Point, Green Cow Studios, and Anima Point. Yogi also holds various positions in associations such as President of OSTAM, former Deputy Chairman 1 of CCIG, Honorary Secretary of CCAM, and Deputy President of GAFIM. Yogi has won over 100 international and local awards in various digital content throughout his work as a short film director, TV commercial director, animation director, and TV program director. Some of his awards include Diamond Award at the ITV Berlin 2008, Film Direction Gold Award 2009 at the New York Festivals, Malaysia Oscars Gold Awards, EIBTM Gold Awards 2009 held in Barcelona, Spain, and many more. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Yogi Chin.
Thank you, Timothy. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, press, friends, Mr. Pearson, and also Jocelyn, the MP of JPS. Thank you for inviting me as a first speaker. I'm honored to be here to present to you the future of creative content, 360-degree approach to creativity and innovation. Okay, I'm actually wearing a few hats. For this talk, I was invited by CCIG. And just a brief introduction about my company, Film Point, established in 1991. And we have also Green Cow Studio, established in 1992. Creative Media Point, specializing in animation, won some animation award. And the newly joint venture company with one of the best European animation company, Anima. They won and nominated 2 times Best European Animation Award, and also recently the Best Animated Feature Film in Tokyo. And we have worked together on some animated feature film, which include Seven Dwarf, one of the animated feature film commissioned by Trickster, the company who was working for Spider-Man and also Avengers. And we are continuing to produce many international content, include animated feature film, also live action feature film. We'll be working with some of the Hollywood producers for some feature film. And with many years of knowledge in film and animation, so we have recently just launched our Point College specializing in film, animation, new media, diploma courses, and also short courses. Yeah. And the objective of bringing in industrial-ready program for students. Okay, as you know, the government has been putting a lot of focus in content. Content has been classified as one of the 12 NKEA. And what is creative content? May I know who is in the industry? Film and TV industry, may I know? Can I see a bit of a short survey? What about students? Anybody from university or college? Okay. At least when I talk, I know how to target. Yeah, thank you. These are various content. Yeah, I've involved in various content, and I hope to also touch a bit on what is the future of creative content. It's a big title. I hope I can share with you what I have learned so far. Oh, it's a bad visual effect. Bruce Lee is an icon exporting kung fu skill worldwide. Yeah? So he has got his Jeet Kune Do. And you know, this is his formula. He actually learned Wing Chun, boxing, kung fu, karate, etc. So he created his own masterpiece, Jeet Kune Do. So what I've learned for so many years, I like to compress what I've learned and introduce the 360-degree approach for and in creativity and innovation. You know, when I was small, I watched this TV commercial. When this artist, before he draws something, he has got the inspiration by smoking. Yeah? So a lot of people ask me when they interview me, why and how could I win some international award? So is there a formula? And how do you come up with ideas? So do you need to smoke or do you need to walk around to get your inspiration? The answer is no. The answer is when you sit down, all the ideas should flow in. Yeah, there's no such thing as inspiration. You have to spend a few days to get your inspiration. No, ideas should flow in with the right formula. So I believe this formula will help you to create the breakthrough creativity. Okay, if you apply this formula of 360 degree into creating a content, you can look into, for example, different perspective, slow motion, game art, and even virtual character, 2D animation, 3D animation, and your packaging, for example, from different angles. This is a conventional out-of-the-box way. Out-of-the-box is a fantastic idea. People should learn how to think out of the box. But what happens when you're out of the box? What is the next stage? This is another conventional approach to creativity thinking. Yeah? So whoever is from college and university may have agreed with me. These are the important steps: divergent, convergent, and emergent. Okay, firstly, you have your positioning, your objective idea, and then you have your idea generation. Put everything inside the box, and you shake it, and you complete your idea, and you sell it. Yeah? But you can consider 360 approach by adding dimension to your box. Yeah, creativity and technology. Who thinks creativity is more important than technology? Can I have it? Creativity is more important than technology. Okay, good. Who thinks technology is more important than creativity? Technology? Not many people, right? Okay. I believe, you should have the fusion, yeah? So some project you may have more creativity, some project you have more technology. For instance, Avatar. Avatar, it's a technology-driven movie. I think creativity is a basic you should have because story is more important. Yeah. So if you don't have the basic story, it's a fat piece of content. But look at the Avatar as a movie. The storyline is so huge. Yeah. Many movies has used the same storyline, but it's a technology that changes the movie. So it's the component of the subset, whether it is more creativity or more technology. But what is important is creativity. Creativity is very, very important. But technology is to enhance your content. That's what I believe. But if you're applying the 360 degree into the content, you're looking from inside out, not necessarily from outside in. You should be looking at the subset out and subset in. Yeah? So there's many angles you should be looking at it. So let me elaborate a little bit more. Multiple perspective. This is talking about positioning. Who's your target group? Older people, younger people, sad, smile, or robot. Okay? Whether you want to go for soft approach or hard approach, or you can go for 2D or 3D, and then your idea can be out of the box. So all this is your positioning you should be thinking of, and decide on your objective before you want to do a breakthrough content. Yeah? And you should be looking into different angle. Let's say you're doing a production, so you should be looking into different angle. Tell you a short story. When I was working in an advertising agency, I worked under an art director who's very strong in film direction. So I joined the agency as an artist. And I couldn't draw a proper storyboard. But this guy is telling me, have you thought of different angle? I was drawing a camel commercial then. So a hanging bridge, I was trying to compress the angle, and then the guy asked me, whether have you thought of low angle? So from that thought, I start to think, whenever I look at the storyboard, I should be looking at different angle. So I used that method, and I got double increment, and I was promoted from artist, become a visualizer, and become an assistant art director. That formula actually is quite workable, I believe. And from there, I developed, this is not just into creativity and also into technology. I feel that's very, very useful. For example, when you're out of the box, you should be also looking inside the box and from different angle, different content. Yeah. So if you have drawn something, you always tell yourself, think about it one more time and see whether you have different angle, different perspective. Post-production and finishing. Yeah, whether you have applied the best technology to your post-production, or you want to create something different in your packaging, how you package your product before you export to the world. And many people, sad to say that some industrial professional in Malaysia, they do content is only shots and delivery. They don't look into the content that can export worldwide. So we should be looking into content, not just in Malaysia, but with an added wing and exported worldwide, with the worldwide viewer to go extra mile. So we should be looking into content in many layers. That means when you go out the box, you break it into layers. Positioning, pre-production, post-production, and also distribution, advertising and promotion. Your branding is very important. And that's how you create breakthrough content. And you got to understand what is the future progress. Then you can do a better content. Yeah, so in short, 360 degree is actually infinite possibilities. And how to do breakthrough work content is based on this formula of point: passion, originality, and creativity, innovation, nurture, education, technology. The future of creative content, we must have breakthrough, creativity, and technology. Okay, I give you some example, case study of a few content, and that will give you a rough idea what is the future of content, how content trend is going to be in the future. Okay, one interesting example is human camera. This creative director is applying an interactive media by creating a human camera. That means by adopting the camera and he's wearing it and he's trying to touch people's heart. That means the shutter is closed when he's walking. When somebody touches him, the shutter will open and he can see you. So he wants to touch people. And when he sees people, when people touch him, the image is being captured at his data. Okay? I'll show you a video. Yeah? Enjoy. This gentleman creating this idea and using the technology to have a breakthrough approach. I'd like to also share with you the importance of virtual characters. And in fact, digital entertainment relies a lot. And well-designed character lead to new brand creation. People identify the brand with the characters. That's a new trend. Looking at the other areas of virtual character: military, medical. Yeah, you simulate the virtual character for medical purpose, operation, interactive media, education, criminal investigation, digital entertainment. Like for example, Frozen is one of the great example of virtual character. So in future, that is an important component here. And look at how they use the avatar effect for robot. So performer, for example, Jay Chow, or Mike, for example, Siti Nurhaliza, maybe creating a robot, and then representing her to sing. So that's future. Yeah. Look at Jay Chow. Is singing with the late pop singer Teresa Teng. So this is one idea of using virtual character. Okay, something interesting for me to share with you. The future of content, transmedia. What is transmedia? Storytelling that transcends all platforms. The conventional movie, game, and book, when you stack them up, it's like that. Whereas transmedia, it should be in one piece. Okay? So I want to give a case study. Audi. Audi transmedia is fantastic. And it has got a storyline. Sorry. The story. It created a missing A3 model. Multiple platforms. It involved internet, TV, film, magazine, X, and unifying story world. It has got a hook and the audience participation to invite the audience into investigation, social experience, live events, game, solving a mystery. So it is all platform being linked together with a unique storyline. So that is a transmedia. So after this example, maybe next time when you start to do a content, you should consider transmedia. Okay, I'm going to play a video. The quality is bad, but maybe listen properly, you may get the concept.
What was the art of the heist? In its simplest terms, it was a spy movie come to life, based around the theft of the first Audi A3 in America. A spy movie that you didn't just watch on screen, one you could actually participate in. A story that went from the virtual world to the real world and back. This living movie started with a live theft at the Audi dealership on Park Avenue. If you had been walking by that night, you would have seen two dudes smash the window and make off with the A3. You would have seen security guards run after a suspect, hand out wanted flyers, and put up police tape. The following day at the New York International Auto Show, instead of seeing America's first A3, you would have seen signs reporting the missing car in place of the car itself. If you had asked the attendants at the show what happened, they would have shrugged, not knowing themselves if this was real or not. Checking auto enthusiast websites, you would have read bloggers from around the world reporting the story of the missing A3. A few weeks later, you might have noticed billboards, newspaper ads, and wild postings appearing, asking for your help in locating the car. While watching TV one night, you might have seen this oddly awkward yet sincere television commercial. Attention. A series of events has led to the disappearance of a red 2006 Audi A3. If you have any information regarding its location, please contact Audi of America immediately at audiusa.com/A3 or call 1-866-OK-RECOVER. This car is equipped with dual clutch DSG, open sky system, Audi Nav Plus, and 2 SD card slots. Thank you. Finally, deciding to investigate the missing A3 for yourself, you visit the website, audiusa.com/A3. You would have learned that Audi had mysteriously contracted a firm specializing in the recovery of high-end stolen art, LastResortRetrieval.com, a company run by sexy Nisha Roberts and geeky Ian Yarbrough. Their site contained thousands of pieces of information, all of it seemingly legit. Telephone calls, faxes, messages, receipts, photographs, everything. Further investigation would have confirmed the legitimacy of last resort retrieval, as their services had been advertised and then classified as high-end magazines for months. To make things a little more interesting, Misha Roberts even has an admirer who offers to help find the car, video game designer Virgil Kingdom, who has his own real estate company and website called VirgilKingdomCode.com. He was interested in designing a game based around Misha's exploits, but that wasn't all. He wants to get the car back in hopes of striking a lucrative deal with Audi that would allow him to put their cars into his games. If you had been at E3, the largest video game expo in the world, you would have been able to talk to Virgil, ask him questions in person, see him meet real video game designers, and give an interview in character that was aired on the VH1 Top 20 Video Countdown. But no matter where you came into the story, you would have met Todd, a blogger who had been intently following the action from day one. A character who acted as a modern-day Greek chorus, neatly and cleanly laying out the information so that you could catch up on what you had missed and continue to learn more. From his site, you might have stumbled onto the viral films hidden in emails like Easter eggs that would allow the casual observer to follow the story like a traditional movie. You would have learned all about the live events that had been advertised in coded messages on Monster.com. Participants who solved these puzzles were rewarded with invitations to live events, where they got to meet the characters and help them on clandestine missions in an effort to solve the mystery of the stolen A3. And even after all of that, you would realize there was so much more. But it would have been up to you to decide how far down the rabbit hole you wanted to go. If you had checked back a few weeks later, you would have seen the mystery solved and found out exactly why the A3 was stolen. You would have participated in the largest and most experiential reality learning advertising campaign ever attempted. You would have experienced the art of the heist.
It is truly a 360-degree approach for doing content. So today I'm trying to impress you for the concept of 360 degree, and also how do you apply that to the future of content? How do we breaking through to add depth to your content? You know, one example is transmedia. So think about what is your next step you want to do for your content. If you are making a film, can you apply this concept into your film? I definitely will do. You know, my next feature film, I'm going to use transmedia to make a maximum impact in the industry. So this is one idea that we share with you. Okay, augmented reality is another interesting new content. You can have augmented reality into location, identify the location into games, into medical, into interaction. For example, you go and buy a shirt. You know, you can do it in an augmented reality way. Through the window, you can see how you look like through that technology, and also do launches, etc. I'd like to show you some example, the concept of augmented reality. That should be able to apply to content creation, filmmaking, the support technology. Okay, video please. 3D stereoscopic, I think some of you are familiar. I think partly due to Avatar, yeah. And all the big movie like Iron Man has been also using 3D stereoscopic. But what is next? 3D conversion. Lousy 3D conversion will make 3D stereoscopic bad for your eyes and you won't enjoy. But lately there are some very good 3D conversion. You can hardly see the difference. Yeah. I won't elaborate on that, but just to share with you, there are some documentary is using 3D stereoscopic, concert is using 3D stereoscopic, and we think the technology of 3D stereoscopic will stay. Although there are some bad quality 3D stereoscopic is in the market at the moment. You watch some of the movie, not all the movie has got good 3D stereoscopic, but the future of 3D stereoscopic stay, I believe. It's just like when people ask, HD or high definition stay during that time. Can I just continue with the normal beta and we do a transfer with high definition and all that? But you see, time has proven that HD stays. And not only that, I'm going to share with you what is next. But 3D stereoscopic will also stay, we believe. Yeah? But it's just that some improvement is needed. And it has 3D innovation has extended to various areas. 3D scanner. For example, you can set your point and you can shoot artifacts, in different degree, and then you can make it into hologram, and you can make it into various content by using 3D scanner. You can even scan whatever 3D animation you have, and then eventually you use 3D printer to print it out. The cheap 3D printer, the tabletop one in the market costs you a few thousand ringgit. You can print out some model that you create. Some student may like to create their own icon, you can print it out. Or you can even buy a 100 or 1,000 printer and print out something with a hell of a lot of details. And 3D printer has gone into also various areas. You can even make weapon, through the printer. You can even make, people are looking into even making food. Imagine you are creating your own burger, through a 3D printer. Yeah, that's future. Yeah, so 3D printing is a big business. It's a future business in content. What is the application for this 3D innovation? You can apply to aircraft body, industrial design, body parts, games, of course, for museum and surgery, car body, or even your tooth, your missing tooth. You can even create one and put it in next time. Or maybe you break your bone, you may even create one next time. Yeah? And jewelry design, of course. So that's the power of technology. Just a short introduction for this gentleman. He claimed that he can be richer than the richest guy in Hong Kong, Lee Ka-sing. He actually borrowed 2,000 ringgit to set up a company. He knew nothing about computer. He doesn't know how to send email. And in 1999, he invested 60,000 to start Alibaba. And today, 12 billion worth. So he's just creating a platform without shop, and it's fantastic. Yeah. So it's looking at business out of the box. Games. Within 24 hours, the fastest entertainment property generate $1 billion US, according to the Guinness World Record. There are 7 world records. Number 5. That's the one that I'm referring to. But of course, this visual doesn't reflect number 5. It's a previous version. And within 24 hours, this game can create $1 1 billion. Look at Frozen. More than 1 billion to date, yeah. But that one is 24 hours. And nominated the best film in so many awards. It's fantastic, yeah. Just to let you know, the Point College is going to bring Frozen to Malaysia soon, together with the human camera. So if you want to be touched, or you want to touch the human camera, you can, be in touch with me, and let you know when we are going to bring them in. Yeah. It should be in June. Yeah. Okay. The future of content, 8K. Yeah, now a lot of people has been using 4K. So I think in future, cameramen can just simply shoot with 8K. Imagine they shoot one picture like this, and it can be used for 4K. It's good enough. So that is the future. So I think editor is going to be very, very important next time. When I was working in an advertising agency last time in Hong Kong, I was asked to sit in for one big budget commercial, Pepsi. Yeah. So the director was pushed one side. The editor is presenting to the client, and I was a bit surprised. Why is that so? Usually in Malaysia, the film director will do all the presentation. Editor is just sitting one side. But you see, if it's a good editor, this editor will know 360 degrees of the whole film. You know exactly where's a good shot and how to tell a good storyline. For example, if you shoot many footages, a good editor will know how to grab, cameraman is bad, didn't shoot properly, I grab this scene and edit differently. So in Malaysia, when I work on some project, I just take one commercial, for example, the one that directed by me is Dan Hill. When I work with this editor, I think I can't even change a single shot. Imagine how good is this editor. So usually I change a lot. The editor hate me, because as a film director, I like to change. Because it's not good enough in terms of quality, but I change not for the sake of changing, because the film director always wants the best, but if you work with the best editor, he doesn't allow you to change at all. You can't even change because it's so good, because the editor has already looked at it in 360 degrees. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is, whether you are a film director, you are an editor, as long as you're good at your role, as an art director, you can perform fantastic. Yeah? So, okay, many people has great concept from creativity. I think of this idea, I want to shoot this documentary, I want to shoot this movie, but it can be sometimes in the reverse. Yeah? If you're exposed to technology, for example, this super high sensitive camera. When you shoot with a normal camera, it's like, it's like this. But shooting with this camera is like that. You can capture at the night spot or even cave. So when you're exposed to this technology, maybe you can tell yourself, hey, I want to create a documentary. I want to shoot a documentary in a cave. I want to use this camera. Can be done, right? So that's why I'm saying, don't look at things from one angle. You can look at it from different angles. It can be also inside out. Okay, 360 degree immersive system. To apply for the augmented reality, you can also consider this camera to capture 360 degree. Okay, and you can use it for TV, content, games, and all kinds. So let's show you a short video. This is a short video, it's really short. Okay, next. Okay, the last technology I want to share with you is my favorite, robotic arm camera. Gravity has used this camera and won so many awards. Have you all watched Gravity? Who has watched Gravity? Oh, many, and won many awards. And they use it in Hollywood. But Point College has brought it in to Malaysia. First Asian robotic camera is now in Malaysia. We are going to launch it soon. We'll be teaching students, professionals, how to use robotic camera. The future of filmmaking is robotic camera. Okay, it's how you do research to make robotic camera more effective. Right now, the robotic camera is a multi-platform of filmmaking. You can do tracking. Whoever understands film will know tracking and zoom in has a different effect. Okay, you can do tracking in. You can do the camera rotating in 360 degrees. You can also do handheld effect, and you can do tilt. You can do various effects. And most interesting is super high speed. Yeah, you can move very fast. When you do a high speed shot, usually you put your camera static and then you capture the movement of the water droplets. But with this camera, you can move very fast as the movement of water droplets in order to capture it. So you can go many different angles in 360 degrees. And on top of that, it's all motion control. Every movement you can plan the same take. That means you can change set at the same time. So it's all in one. So it's all platform of filmmaking into one. Show you a sample. Okay, to sum it up, look at your content, look at your approach in this manner. Yep. And we hope we can present to you the next time when we see you through Point College, and we'll bring in the robotic camera. And as I said, the robotic camera is already in, so we'll present to you different content. And in fact, I have been requested by the organizer to talk about the opportunity, challenges, and solutions for creative development. But I think it's going to be quite, it takes some time. So I think the time is up. Any questions? Any questions about the future content or 360 degree? Maybe you don't agree, or maybe you agree, or maybe you think out the box concept is still better. There are many concepts, of content creation. There's also B-frame, insight, and all the philosophy. But after studying all the philosophy, I believe 360 degree is kind of unique. And if there's any question, maybe you can write to me. Yeah. And thank you.